Hello everyone, myself Saumesh J. Today we are going to discuss one more topic under financial management, that is dividend decisions. Dividend decision is one of the most crucial decision that has to be taken up by the top management. The main objective of financial management is to increase the wealth of the shareholders. Hence, it is a responsibility of the top management to decide the dividend payout ratio, whether it is 100%, 50%, or 0%. Dividend is a reward or benefit that has to be paid to the shareholders by the company on the basis of investment made by them in a company. So, based on this, the theories are broadly classified into two ways: irrelevance theory and relevance theory. Under irrelevance theories, we have residual theory and Modigliani Miller approach. Under relevance theory, we have Walters model and Gordon model. So, irrelevance theory says that the dividend policy does not have any effect on the value of the firm. Whether the company is going to pay dividend or not, the value will not be affected. So, under this, we have residual theory. So, the meaning of residual is the remaining decision that has to be taken up after taking all the major decision. So, here the dividend decision is given least important. The second theory we have under irrelevance theory is Modigliani Miller approach. So, this theory says that the value of the firm is unaffected by the distribution of dividend and is determined by the earning power and risk of the assets. So, the Modigliani Miller approach more stresses on the investment policy and not on the dividend policy. Modigliani Miller approach based on some of the assumptions. Those are no tax, the perfect market, the investors are very much rational, and there will be a constant investment policy. The second category we have is relevance theory. So, relevance theory says that in a dividend policy is having a major effect on the value of the firm. Under this, we have two models, that is Walters model and Gordon's model. If the return on investment, that is R, exceeds the cost of capital, that is K, the firm should retain the earning. So, Walter model divides the firm into three categories: growth firm, declining firm, and normal firm. If return on investment, that is R, is more than K, that is cost of capital, that firm will be considered as growth firm, and it is going to have 100% retained earnings and 0% dividend payout ratio, because in the case of growth firm they are going to retain the earnings and the dividend payout will be 0%. If R, that is return on investment, is less than K, that is cost of capital, those firms are considered as declining firm. So this kind of company should go for paying 100% dividend to its shareholders and retained earnings will be 0%, because this declining firm has to attract more and more shareholders into their company. In order to attract the shareholders, they have to pay 100% dividend. Then if R is equal to K, then there will be no optimum dividend policies. The Volta model is based on some of the assumptions. Those are: the financing are done only through retained earnings, the risk will be constant, the EPS and dividend are key variables, the company has a perpetual life. The next one is Gordon model. So Gordon model says that dividend policy will affect the value of the firm. So these are based on some of the assumptions. There will be no external financing will be available, the R is constant and KE is constant, the retention ratio, that is B, is also constant, and all firms are equity firms. So Gordon model says that a bird in a hand is better than two in the bush. So here we are going to consider that investors are risk averse and they put positive premium on current income. The retained earnings are evaluated by the investors as a risky promise, as a future dividend receipt is uncertain. So they feel that in a future whether we are going to get a dividend or not. So today what we are getting that will be more beneficial to us, so that is Gordon model. So Gordon model also stresses more on the dividend policy, so this will affect the value of the firm. So with this I have done with the dividend policy. So I hope you people understood. Please support me. Thank you so much.